Welcome, horror fam, to HHN 365, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. My name is Duff, and as always, I'm here with my co-hosts, Jess and Jonathan. We got a spec map, guys.
We
Yeah,
do.
Woo!
Two of them, technically.
Yeah, that's correct. We are going to talk both coasts. Don't hate us, Hollywood. We're here for you this week. I promise. Will we say nice things? I don't know. Stick around and find out. But yeah, we're really getting to that season now. I mean, obviously, we've done rumor episodes and there was a lot to catch up on, but like, it feels like this is making things feel more solidified in a way, you know?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it feels like, I know we already had one, but I feel like the season has begun. We are in it now. It's not pre-spec season. It's here.
It's fully in bloom.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But anyways, before we get into that, go follow us on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at HHN365, or TikTok at HHN365pod. Join our Discord, where we are chatting these spec maps 24/7. That link will be in the description. Our merch shop at HHN365.com. And if you want to leave a voicemail that will play here on the show, that number is 407-906-4134. And before we get into the spec maps, that's basically all we're going to talk about today. We do have some news. First of all, on the 365 side of things, we are going to be doing another YouTube Live next Wednesday, February 25th. We will release an official time. I assume it'll be 8 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern. But stay tuned to our socials for that exact time. But you'll see us on YouTube that day regardless. But we also have some other news. And Jess, for the first time this year, I would like to cue you into our favorite segment.
Murdy tweets! Murdy tweets!
Wow, that
Let's
McDonald's really got you
go.
hyped. Look at that.
You asked me for gusto, and I gave you.
I appreciate it. You delivered. You did.
Thank you. Thank you.
You did. Good job.
Thank you.
But yeah, we thought it was finally time to break out the Murdy tweets. We've hinted at them existing for a little bit and then kind of hinted at them not really mattering or being relevant anymore. But this one is very, very relevant. Jonathan, do you want to take it?
Yeah, absolutely. So to sort of indicate how much we've kind of been not talking about the Murdy tweets, this season so far, because we haven't really thought they mattered too much. This Murdy tweet is all about the treatment for house number 7, and that it has been completed, and that it's coming in at a nice 85 pages, which I believe is the shortest treatment we've had so far that Murdy has talked about in terms of how long the treatments have been. So yeah, it's considering we're now on house number 7, we haven't been talking about Murdy tweets for a little bit. But there's a couple extra things about this treatment that he has mentioned and answered that is sort of going to lead into our first Kevin theory of the year. So the first thing is that someone asked, "Hey, can you tell us something about this treatment, Murdy? Something you researched?" And Murdy said that he researched scents more pleasant than nauseating for the specific treatment, and that leads into the early Kevin theory this year. This is a super early Kevin theory. If you guys don't know, Kevin is so our HHN Hollywood. I forgot.
Correspondent.
Correspondent, yes. HHN Hollywood correspondent. He's always over there. He knows more about Hollywood than we ever will. And he's just really good at putting pieces together and everything. And is able to look at facades from the ground up and go, I think this is this, and usually is right. So this is his first theory of the year, and that this treatment for house number 7 is a Killer Clowns from Outer Space repeat treatment. Now, before we start getting into it and talking about how we feel, we have to explain why, because we can't just say, oh, okay, that makes sense, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, because at first glance, you're like, what do you mean? Well, the first clue is what Murdy said in terms of what he researched, right? He said scents more pleasant than nauseating. As we know, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a property that has scents like popcorn and cotton candy, and most of the scents that were present in that house, the 2 times it was at the event so far, were pleasant and were not nauseating whatsoever. And then Kevin actually gave us a sort of rundown exactly on his theory besides that point as well. And he said We know that this treatment is 85 pages. We can also assume that this is H. Lot South's treatment because not that long ago, Murdy said that he still had to write for that specific location. And H. Lot South on the spec map that we'll get into is blank. And so far, that location for H. Lot South has usually been for the past couple years a repeat slash returning IP, something along those lines. It's usually not something brand new. The Killer Clowns from Outer Space treatment from 2022 was 82 pages exactly, which was the same as when it originally appeared in, I believe, 2019 as well. Now, this treatment is 85 pages, so that's 3 different pages, 3 added pages. Why would that happen? Well, Murdy has indicated in the past that the knock your block off scene from the movie is something he wanted to do, but it was cut from the original house due to space limitations. The H Lot South tent as a whole is a bigger tent than where Killer Clowns from Outer Space was previously the past 2 times, which was the T-Pad location and the Mummy location. So how do you fill that empty space in the H Lot South tent? Well, you add that extra scene, and that could explain the extra 3 pages. Now it is, a little bit of a stretch, but we've had enough Kevin theories to trust Kevin at this point and to mention them and talk about our thoughts on them. So with all this information, everything that we have here, what do we think? Do we think this makes sense, and do we want it? I guess those are 2 completely separate questions, but how are we feeling about this?
So, whether I think it's coming or not, the answer is yes, because I trust Kevin at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to really stress how much Kevin has knocked it out of the park in accuracy to the point where we have sat there for a couple of years now, and every time one comes in, we're like, Kevin, come on, there's no way. And he's spot on every time. I think he's batting like 99%. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah, I believe Kevin. I'll say that much. And also, his reasoning, it's convincing. I'll say that much. It is convincing. I don't want it to be. Again, we've had this property twice now since 2019. Obviously, they probably wouldn't change too much. Hopefully, that would be accurate with it. We're going to get the knock your block off scene and something additional, but another repeat. Another repeat.
Yeah. This feels like Scarecrow last year with the U-turn or whatever Kevin saw, a squiggle in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a disappointing squiggle,
A very disappointing squiggle.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish this first theory was more like the Terrifier facade theory.
Yeah.
Love you, man. I don't want you to be right, but I can't. I only have 1 on how you had 8, I think, right last year or something. The scoreboard was like 1 to 7, 1 to 8 or whatever, but boo to me.
Yeah. I would like to point out just how riled up it got people when he brought up the Scarecrow one. People are like, you're insane. There's no way. And that one even tested us. And at that point, we believed him for the most part. And we were still like, Kevin, come on now. Obviously, he was right. So I would like to remind you just how out of left field his predictions are that end up being right. Like that, at the time, Scarecrow was not a fucking thought at all.
Mm-hmm.
When he saw that. Not a thought. So yeah, how are we going to enjoy Killer Clowns from Outer Space this year?
I'm not gonna enjoy this at all. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like I did. I only saw the repeated version for Killer Clowns from Outer Space in Hollywood, and I liked it. I did enjoy it. I still think the ending like almost ruins the entire thing, but I did really enjoy it. But why does this need to come back? This was just here, back in 2022. Like, this does not need to come back. And honestly, my theory on why this would even happen is because Legacy was saying on, I believe it was either our Discord server or others, that there was thoughts about, maybe something dropped somewhere or this happened, and there was a lot of just sort of talk about that in various Discord servers from insiders and Legacy and all that. This feels like a property that it's like, well, something's gone, so we have to fill it, and this is cheap because it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I cannot think that this is something that Murdy started the event with, and said we're gonna do this again because I want to do it. It feels out of left field in a bad way, like it was just something that had to be, a hole that had to be filled.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does feel that way. And this is where I'd like to clear up before we really start getting into it. I guess we've mostly already spoken our piece, but like, we don't actually think this is like Murdy being bad at his job. We think these scenarios are basically him being stuck and having to make a decision to like fill a hole really fast. And repeat is the cheapest, easiest way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And, I don't blame him for that. I think that's the structure of how Hollywood runs, unfortunately. And he just kind of has to fill that hole on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know what? I will say one positive though is if Kevin's idea is correct in that what they change is either adding a knock your block off scene or just changing the house in any way or form. I mean, there's 3 extra pages, so if this is Killer Clowns from Outer Space, there has to be at least a significant change that you're going to add 3 pages to this treatment. At least something that you would notice. That's kind of exciting. Maybe they would fix the end that I think is very bad and almost ruins the house. Do I trust that they're going to do that? No, because they didn't do it with Poltergeist for some reason. But at least it wouldn't be the exact same thing, even if it's 99% the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. There would be something new. And I guess, small positive, small win.
Maybe he just started using a bigger font because he's getting older.
Oh, maybe. That could do it.
I get it.
That is possible.
I don't know, guys. Just a thought. Before
Can
somebody
we check-
says, still not
Does he have
negative.
Does he have a cricket phone now?
I don't know. I've never been near the man.
We need to watch him.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Maybe,
fair.
maybe he went, oh, this tent's bigger, so we need to add more black walls.
Ooh.
Just to fill it out,
It's 3 pages of black wall.
Technically, they would need more transition hallways. So,
Oh. No, wait, but they're not. They're not black and Killer Clowns. They're neon.
yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Neon wall. Yeah.
I'll take a neon wall. Fuck it.
There you go.
I guess.
We're winning. We're winning. Yeah.
Hooray, first Murdy tweet of the year.
Woo,
Hooray.
I can't even do the Killer Clowns song. Just sing it in your own head.
All right, is it time? Shall we move on to our main segment and look at both the spec maps from Horror Night Nightmares? From first, we'll discuss Orlando, then we'll go back over to Hollywood, where we had a little bit of assistance this time from our Discord mod, Alex, who also, sort of in Kevin form, is very good at just piecing things together and figuring things out way before you think it's possible to. So we're going to kind of use his list. You can go to, is the at HHN Wiki? Is that the at?
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan?
HHN Wiki.
Yeah, you can go check it out on Twitter, at HHN Wiki, and he has this all tweeted out. But we're going to kind of use that as a guide to go through what the spec map could mean in each location. Who wants to kick us off in Soundstage 22?
I can start because it's an easy one. It's actually the exact same symbol, I believe, that we had on the holiday map. And this is located in Soundstage 22, according to the map. And the symbol is a jack-in-the-box sort of clown popping out of it, sort of jack-in-the-box versus... it's a creature. I think it's an elf because it was still the holiday map symbol, wearing yellow and red. And the thought process, just like when it appeared before on the holiday map, is that this would be a Jack versus Oddfellow original.
Yeah. And I think I can probably speak for all of us when I say we expect something along these lines, whether it's a versus or whatever it may entail story-wise. a Jack and Oddfellow house of some sorts is probably coming to this event at this point.
Yeah. Why is
I think it's
Oddfellow an
inevitable.
elf?
What an odd fellow.
But like, why?
Ah.
Why? Don't just say that. Why? Why is
I
that
mean,
what we're thinking?
for the Christmas map, I understand. Why did it not change?
Yeah.
Um, great question.
Thank you. I'm asking the hard hitting questions here. I'm not disagreeing with Jack versus Oddfellow, obviously. I just now really thinking about it. Why is it still an elf for Oddfellow?
Yeah. Oversight?
Maybe. I tried to zoom into it too. I'm like, maybe it could be something else. I'm like, no, I can't even. You know, when you zoom in, the quality gets so bad. I'm just like, it's just an elf. I think it's still the same one.
I guess yellow and red because the tent. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest clue towards Oddfellow in specific, in particular. Jeez. The elf part, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
The elf is just weird to me. I really was hoping for it to change in this version, but I guess that's a minor detail.
So obviously, I think the biggest reason we would expect something like this to come, it's an anniversary year in Orlando. HHN 35. Every 5 years, the icons are returning is kind of the recent trend. You have Jack, who has helmed the past 3, I guess, technically, anniversary years, you could say. Oddfellow is kind of the most popular recent icon. I don't think that's shocking to say. I think most people would agree with that. It just makes too much sense not to happen. Again, I don't know if it's going to be versus or if they just happen to be in the same house for other story reasons, but yeah, I think they're both at this event. They're both icons at this event, and naturally, icons will have a house for the most part.
That's exciting. If this ends up happening and Oddfellows like leading an anniversary year with Jack, I mean, that would be very special to me because Oddfellow is like, I mean, just to like our first icon, new icon, like an actual icon that we've experienced, and to see him lead an anniversary year, be one of the leads of an anniversary year, that's something special because I've in 30 I saw an anniversary year with Jack and all these all the other past icons that I never I've seen them before, but I never experienced like seeing them at the event before. That was my first time. So it was cool seeing them, but it wasn't like, oh, they're an anniversary to me. Like I have seen them before and now they're back. But this would be the case for Oddfellow. It's like I've seen him before at his own event where he started and now he's, part of this big anniversary. Now it feels more like an anniversary to myself and my experience going to Halloween Horror Nights, if that makes sense. So it's this would be really cool.
No, I get that. What's funny is on the live, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever, when you weren't there, we were talking about like, oh, I literally said I should be on Oddfellow's side because like he's my first like icon that was mine, but I have to pick Jack because I like grew up with Jack and like marketing all around me and everything. So, and I'm just like an original icon, like that's my thing, obviously. So I don't know. It's so funny because I love Oddfellow. But then I just look at Jack the Clown and I'm like, no, but I love you so much. And then I go that way.
We also have that personal connection that none of us can say we have. So
It's valid.
I don't know how many people can say that. You might be the only one.
Who married that couple? It wasn't him.
It wasn't.
Wyandotte. Wow, I guess that's put me, Alex. Why am I not on the wiki page for Jack the Clown?
Oh, it's true.
I'm kidding. Oh my god! Please do not put my wedding photo there.
But too late. He's already on it.
I just want the credit. It's so funny. Yeah. That's also why. Thanks, Steph. Now I sound better.
Yeah, sure.
That's why.
So I'm not going to ask this for everyone because our thoughts will kind of come up automatically. But for this specific one, I think we all feel pretty confident something like this is coming. It's obviously going to be the big original, the icon house. Hype level. Like, you could just give me a 1 to 10 if you want. For this house, how would you feel? Not knowing a story or anything, just these characters at the helm of a house.
Ooh. I would give it I give it an 8, I think.
This is hard.
You know, I think that's a good number because I really, really liked the Twisted Origins Dr. Oddfellow house.
Mhm.
I really liked that one a lot. That was my favorite that year. So if but the thing is they can't do something like that again. That's the thing. They can't just go circus. They can't just do that theme because what they did without Twisted Origins, I think it was perfect. But if they tried to replicate that, I think it would feel tiring and boring because we just did that. So that's why it's not higher than an 8 because they would have to change it up a lot and I don't know what route they would go. And that's the thing that kind of makes me a little hesitant where if they do go the circus route, I might be like, all right, I'm starting to get tired of this. A little bit in terms of the theme. So that's where I would put it.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
I just went down like a whole brain rabbit hole that you sent me down. I don't know how, Jonathan.
Oh no.
No, because I was thinking like my perfect house for Jack versus Oddfellow. I know that's not what you asked, but if it was this, I'm gonna give like a very quick the warehouse anniversary house, but it's Jack versus Oddfellow fighting amongst the history of HHN, and that's how they present the mashup house.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
like it's them using their powers against each other somehow. I cannot tell you how HHN does it, but like somehow, some way we're going through the warehouse. And it's Jack and Oddfellow, and then that's how we also see the other icons and iconic characters somehow, some way. That would be a 10 out of motherfucking 10 for me. If it's just Jack versus Oddfellow and it's circus, it's probably like an 8 as well.
Still pretty high.
Yeah, oh yeah, anything icons, I loved Icons Captured. Even now, looking back on it, I still have some hype because it was just icons.
Yeah, I'd have to go a little bit lower than you guys and say not much, like a 7. And I think that's just because for some reason icon houses tend to not be as good as you would expect them to be. They don't always live up to the hype. A lot of them are underwhelming. So there's always a concern, like how do they portray that story? And I think shoving, especially with just kind of like two main icons, like working their stories together, it could be tough. But I am very excited to see Oddfellow have another house. I think not only is he the best modern newer icon, I think he's one of the best icons they've ever created in lore and just the character and his charismatic personality. Like, he's so much fun. So seeing him have another house in general is exciting. Especially in a way, I think the verse would be so fun in the sense that kind of Jack is Halloween Horror Nights. He says it himself all the time, actually. So seeing Oddfellow like take that on as like the new guy, I think would be a lot of fun. But I'd be worried that it could be tough to make it flow and make sense story wise.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
But with that, I think we can move on. We'll probably discuss some of these a little bit less than we discussed that one. We're also less confident about a lot of these. But with this next one, we're going to move to Soundstage 23A, where we have the logo of a burning book. And Alex, and actually some others, we've seen this kind of pop up around the community a bit at this point, think this could possibly be for Evil Dead Burn. So that sort of is a newer IP popping into this speculation season. Kind of taking Resident Evil spot, I guess.
Yeah, there's no Resident Evil on this particular map that we'll talk about here. So it looks like that rumor is not here anymore. And so yeah, I guess this would take that spot. And wait, Duff, you're telling me that there's a potential of us getting Hellblock Horror 2 at this year's event?
No, that's not what I was saying, really, but okay.
it creates it. Imagine Evil Dead Burn is happening. It's gonna happen, and then something the movie gets delayed, and it stops, and then we get Hellblock Horror 2 in its place. That I would be more excited for Hellblock Horror 2 for the meme than I would be for Evil Dead Burn. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Maybe Hellblock would be on fire.
Yes, exactly.
It's a red H.
Oh shit! Now things are getting crazy.
Oh wow. Yep. What is up with their thing and like doing an Evil Dead spinoff every like 7 years? Whatever. Evil Dead Rise was a house in Hollywood.
I mean, I thought it was good on its own, but obviously it was also literally the same house structure we saw the year before. So that kind of ruined it a little bit. But I am very curious to see what that was going to look like in Orlando. Very curious.
A jail. Apartments turned into jail.
All right, come on.
I'm sorry. No, I liked it in Hollywood, like when we saw it, but it was just Horror Hotel.
Correct. Which was also just
Evil Dead Rise. No, there was like that armchair costume.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was another Evil Dead coming out this year. So Alex educated me on this.
There is.
I saw the poster.
I'm actually pretty excited for it too. This is kind of strictly on the movie and not the rumor itself for a house, but like it's a standalone Evil Dead. It's supposed to be like very intense and like very focused on the horror. So I'm very curious how this comes out as a film because it feels like it could potentially lend itself to a house.
I did not know that. So, okay. A little more exciting.
But would it have an H?
No, Burn starts with a B, unfortunately. So,
see? That's automatically 10 on the hype list then. Come on.
Evil Dead Hearn.
Oh. Evil Head.
Oh.
I added the H for you.
You're welcome. We go. It's perfect.
Okay, I'm moving on from Evil Dead Burn. I'm going to B. 23B. This one has not changed from the first one, or the other map. It's an upside down grandfather clock. I wonder what that could be, guys. Any ideas?
Nothing's ringing a bell.
No.
Not at all. Yeah.
Well.
All right, so Soundstage 24A. No.
I mean, we really don't have to talk about Stranger Things if we don't want to.
I mean, we have to just a little bit, because I think it's kind of coming out from a couple of insiders, I should say. Not everyone. Obviously, it's on the spec map that they don't expect or aren't hearing anything about Stranger Things coming to the event at this point. So there is a little bit of a clash of will it, won't it at this point.
Well, I got a story for you, Duff.
Oh, please.
I got a story.
I'm sitting.
I believe it was on our Discord server. Once again, I jump between a lot of them. So I believe it was on ours. If it wasn't, it wasn't. But originally, what I know what you're referring to, specifically Legacy, was saying he made a Blue Sky post and said something along the lines of Stranger Things is not happening because he hasn't heard it, and just insinuated that at this point he thinks Stranger Things 5 wouldn't happen, or just Stranger Things wouldn't come to the event. Later, when this was put on the map, because at this point we know we have a pretty good understanding that Legacy and Horror Night Nightmares work together on these maps in some way or form. They seem very intertwined and talk to each other a lot. Later, Legacy said, well, rumors are an interesting thing, because a little after I said that, my source told me differently, but I couldn't say that say that I was wrong, or that I misjudged it, because if I did, then I would burn my source. So it seems Legacy is now on the Stranger Things train as well.
Okay, great. So everyone's in line. We all expect Stranger Things 5 to come to the event, right?
Yep, because it made sense, and it
Yeah.
always did.
Yep.
I mean, so here's the thing. Do I technically want it? No. Do I fully accept it in the sense that they're going to finish out the fucking franchise? Yeah, I do. I just accept it's going to be here, and I hope it's better than the last couple editions. That's about it.
Will it be? We'll see.
I think season 5 has worse content than season 3 and 4 for a Horror Nights house. So my my hopes are not high.
Yeah, my thought process is either you do a compilation or it's bad. Like
Is that
and even
is that
then,
your thought process, or is that you're just begging and hoping?
I mean, I don't want if I was begging and hoping, I'd want this property to not be here.
Yeah, but that's not going to help. That's coming.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I think the only way this turns out somewhat decent in my head is if they did a compilation and just said, here are some scenes that we didn't do from the other. I mean, 2 and 3, especially season 3, we didn't cover a lot of that at all.
Oh, that was so frustrating too. I think
we
that's.
miss.
I still think that's the best visual season for Horror Nights house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 4 is close, and we see how that worked in the house. But yeah, I'd love to see them get another crack at 3.
Give some more time with 3, give some more time with 4, because I feel like there's major scenes we did not cover in 4 for some reason.
Yeah.
And just make it a celebration of Stranger Things and reminding people why they fell in love with it, because I think season 5 caused a lot of people to forget why they like the show. It caused a lot of bad will with the franchise. The franchise lost a lot of goodwill, and whenever someone talks about Stranger Things now, they go, 5 was awful, and that's all they talk about. So if they remind people of the original seasons and then end it with some of the parts that would work better in a house for 5, I think that's the best approach. But who knows what they're gonna do? They could just do 5 and figure it out, because there's enough that they can do it. I just don't think it would be very good.
And from the Netflix perspective, there's nothing you expect HHN to specifically promote, right? Like, season 5's been out for 10 months at this point. Like, you don't have to promote anything. Just let them make a good house of your property. That's it.
Yeah.
They do have the Broadway play that they're currently filming that will be coming out on Netflix,
Correct.
I believe, later this year.
But promoting season 5 only is not going to help that.
No, not at all. But I'm saying
just promote Stranger Things in the best way possible. You don't have to stick to a specific season, is what I'm saying.
No, I don't want them to stick to 5. But just there could be some kind of cross promotion in there.
Yeah, I guess so. Sure.
I mean, the play is the play in season 5.
Stranger Things.
3 out of 10. That's my answer. I know you didn't ask, but that's my answer.
I'll give it a 4 just because it means it's over. So
it gets a point for ending.
Correct. Yes, I'm excited that it's the end.
Is this which were you more excited to end? The Walking Dead or Stranger Things at Horror Nights?
I guess technically The Walking Dead, because I didn't know it was going to end fully. Like, did it feel like it? Did they kind of hint at it? Sure. If it came back in 27, would I have been shocked? Absolutely not.
Right.
This I kind of already know, like, this has to be the end, unless maybe it gets rebooted down the line. But the end in the modern era.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, The Walking Dead, because I was like, oh, it's actually done. Thank you.
Thank God.
Well, you know what's not done? The rumor for Soundstage 24A on the speculation map. Look at that. Look at that transition.
Wow, you're so talented.
I know. In which the symbol on the map was a pincushion, which I learned that's what it was called from Jess before we recorded, because I was just like, pins in a thing. So yeah. And this is obviously referring to the Hellraiser rumor because there's a bunch of pins in his head, pinhead, that has stuck around. It's still here. It's only growing stronger with every day that's passing. So yeah, I still think this one, out of almost all the rumors here, is almost a done deal. Like, at this point, it's one of those rumors that's just gonna stick till the end.
Yeah, I'm fully in line with your thinking. It's something that's been rumored like strong since literally October during HHN 34, and it has not died down. If anything, it's gotten stronger. It feels very inevitable at this point that Hellraiser will be at the event, and I'm very excited for that. So please let it come. I would love to see them finally try this property in an official capacity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for you, Jonathan.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Like, legitimately, now that I know that this is like a big thing for you, I'm so excited for you and everybody who's excited for this. I have some homework to do because it's happening. No,
to be fair, you probably only have to watch
No.
the first, maybe second.
Jonathan, I think you gave me the best explanation. I honestly might not watch a single one.
What?
I think I'm going to take the Jonathan explanation I got. No, and I'm just going to go in.
Hellraiser's good, though. You should still watch it.
I'm kidding. I'm going to watch at least one, guys. At least one. Okay? This is not Fallout. Watch 5 episodes of that. That was like 5 hours. It felt like 11. I'm just excited to see what it's about as someone who knows literally nothing except Pinhead and a Cenobite.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Certainly will be a Cenobite. I think a couple actually,
probably,
or many.
I guess. Yeah,
there will be one.
One singular
house.
Okay, don't say that, Duff. Don't say that, please.
Oh no, that's
like Pinhead.
I like the Lady Pinhead, I guess. I don't know.
It's literally just going to be called Pinhead, the house.
You'll see more pinheads than we've ever had in a house before. This will be the most pinheads ever.
And the pins,
you like pins?
They were 3D printed, just like the Demogorgon teeth, remember? We're going to hear about that this year on the podcast or whatever.
But Jess, I'm pretty sure, promise might be a strong word, but I'm going to use it anyways, that we promised people on the YouTube Live that we would have a watch-along of your first Hellraiser viewing on Discord.
Oh, shit.
Did I say that?
Again, promise is a strong word, but we definitely said it.
All right.
Now I need this to happen.
And then we can follow it up with your first viewing of Jurassic Park.
No, I knew that was where you were going to go with that. No, you can't make me watch the dinosaur movie, and I won't. I'll watch this weird sex box movie thing, whatever Jonathan said.
I'll watch actually, to be fair.
He told me sex box,
horny puzzle box.
Yes.
Yeah. I will not watch your stupid dinosaur movie, Duff.
I mean, do you see the cast? It's horny too.
All right, I know. And before anyone sends me any hate, I don't care. Do not send it. I won't read it. I know Jurassic Park's a great movie. I'm not going to watch it because it's for the gag at this point. I'll watch Hellraiser, sure.
There we go. Hellraiser wins.
One of them.
2. You
Jonathan.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the house, like, complete honesty, if I'm looking at the Hellraiser franchise and what we have going on, I think 2 is what it will mostly be based on.
Ooh. I see why from the visual perspective of what 1 and 2 are.
Mm-hmm. 1 is it's a very slow film. At the time, I don't think they knew, I don't think they had a lot of faith in the Cenobites. Like, they were used in, they weren't very prominent in the film. Honestly, they weren't. They're not the main antagonists in that one. They are, but not really. The second one is when they actually go full on. Here are all the Cenobites. Here's their world. Here is all these interesting visuals and effects we can do. and it feels like, okay, if you're gonna do a haunted house, you want to base it on the movie that's all it's trying to do is scare you the entire time, instead of the first one, which is mostly a lot of weird stuff with Frank. So that's my philosophy, that we start in one, and then like something opens up, and then we go into the world of the Cenobites, and we basically are stuck into two the rest of the time. That's how I would do like the perfect Hellraiser. You have the facade be that iconic house. You do a couple of the scenes. You have Frank there in the various forms, and then you move on to the Grave of Flesh style of Hellraiser worlds with all the stairs and everything.
Beyonce.
Exactly.
Beyonce.
Now we're talking something I can talk about.
So that's to clear up my point, Jess. That's why I think you should watch at least 1 and 2, because I think 2 visual wise will be what the house would mostly be based on.
I do agree that it makes the most sense for 2 because more Cenobites involved, obviously an important piece, more world building, like aesthetically as well. It just makes sense for a house to use 2.
I'm not happy about that. I hope
you have
guys
to watch
know.
a second movie.
I'm not happy.
To be fair, they're not like 2-hour movies.
Good. I'm not.
I sat there and watched like Stranger Things season 5, volume 1 with you in one sitting, and volume 2.
Yeah, and then
you survived. You were good. This is way shorter.
For like 3 days after that, I had to like disassociate and decompress. I worked really hard to focus that long. Okay, listen, I will watch these movies.
If you watch both of them, it's 3 hours.
It's fine. I just agreed to do it.
Good.
It's like 3 Fallout episodes.
Oh my god! The Fallout episodes. Some of them were like an hour and 45 fucking minutes long. I'm not doing this.
Season 2 slept. Anyways, moving on. Soundstage 24B, where we have a paw print. I will say a lot of people are immediately jumping to Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. I understand. We had it last year as a Scare Zone the house. I get it. I don't think that's happening. The biggest rumor that is being led onto, and the one that Alex is going with here, is the zoo animal original. That's it. That's kind of the base concept. To be blunt, do I think that's exactly what we're going to get? No, I do not. I think where there's smoke, there's fire, and maybe we get something along those lines. I don't expect just a straight up like escaped zoo animals house. No.
Well, you don't think Horror Nights would be, let's just copy the Knott's house?
Correct. Yes, I don't think they will. I know a lot of West Coast listeners right now are already typing their comments about how this is what Orlando does. But I do not think we're just going to get zoo. No, I don't. But I think something along these lines in some sense, maybe, yeah, for sure. Animals. We don't get that a lot in Orlando, actually, like at all. Like we never go for those big animal set pieces. So it would be a different take for us. So I hope they kind of do something with that, just not zoo.
There were so many comments on the TikTok of the spec map from West Coast people saying we were copying. So many. I was like, this is spec map volume 1, guys. Calm down. We don't know. We don't know.
It can also just be completely wrong. That is also a possibility. Mm-hmm.
My favorite comments were Blue's Clues.
Ooh.
That was a good one. I was like, oh, interesting. I can't remember the other ones. There were some really funny ones. So maybe go check out that TikTok. You want to go see some of those comments? I got nothing. That's it.
Jonathan.
Yeah. It's hard with originals, especially early on the spec maps, to feel much about them, because usually there's parts that are right, parts that are wrong, or it's completely wrong. It's usually never they know exactly what it is immediately. Like I even think something in the case we talked about earlier, like Jack versus Oddfellow, if that's a potential house, it, like we said, it might not be that. It might be something with Jack and Oddfellow. They might not be fighting. It might be something along those lines. Like, we don't know exactly, especially this early on with originals. I will say that, like you were pointing out, Duff, animals aren't used that often, but I think when they are, they're very scary. I Some of the things that I would point out are like the lion puppet that was used in Nightingale's Blood Pit, and
Hmm.
specifically for me, Oddfellow Twisted Origins, with the line that would pop out, would scare the shit out of me every single time until it broke. But when it worked, it was terrifying. And even the scene in Dead Exposure Patient Zero, when you went into the lab and they were testing the monkeys, they were testing the serum on the monkeys, and so you were in a dark room that would flash. You would hear these loud noises, these monkey noises, and you would see the cages shake. That was like one of the best psychological Horror Nights tricks to keep you like terrified without actually doing much, mostly focusing on sound, that I've experienced at Horror Night. So I think anything involving animals would be very high on my hype list for originals. I just I don't think, I agree. I don't think they're just gonna go, let's do Knots. Let's do the Knots house immediately. I think it would be something else. But we'll see. We'll see.
Do you think that I'm gonna bring it up? I feel like I bring it up every episode. That the fact that we made the Yaguai bear, now they're like, oh shit, we can make scary animals. We're not talking about the Gulper guys here. The Yaguai bear in Hollywood was made by Orlando. Now we have this guy who's really fucking good at scary animals. That could be
I
cool.
mean, yeah, that
Could be
Jaguar
dope.
bear was phenomenal, by the way. So yes, more of that, or
Yeah,
some
it
of
looks
that
great.
in general in Orlando. Let's do it. Bring it home.
Yeah.
They literally could just bring it over here and just make it not
I
that
mean,
Yagway bear, and just make it a bear, and it
that's
would be
true.
perfect.
And I have a question. So wasn't the knots one were like was like animal human hybrids, right?
Um, yes, they were like test subject. They were supposed to be like super soldiers, is kind of the thing.
Okay.
But there were also just animals as well.
Okay. I don't know if I mean I feel like I watched a walkthrough, but I don't remember. So just saying, like, what if this wasn't hybrids and it was just like all animals, but I didn't know that there were actual animals in there too.
Hmm.
I don't know. I know it was called the zoo, but I thought it was more focused on like the super soldier or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, yeah, that is the base story of it. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm not really defending them. I'm just curious.
I mean, it was a good house. You can defend it. It's okay.
No, I meant like the Defending Universal
Oh,
copy.
you know, yeah,
I don't
okay,
really give a fuck about that. Like I don't know. We don't know if this is true. It's February.
correct. With that, though, let's move on to our next original on this map. That's going to be over in Fast and Furious, which time ticking. Goodbye. See you later, Supercharged. But the logo they use is Blood and Guts, which there is an iconic character of HHN past, HR Blood and Guts. So obviously, it feels like that's exactly what they're hinting towards. There were also slight murmurs of that before this map, so it just kind of adds up. He has not been seen now for, oh god. Well, I guess he was at HHN 30, so you know what? It hasn't been that long. Um, he's like one of those characters that every Orlando fan fawns over a lot, and I get why. The original house was good. He's a fun character. Uh, is it time for him to finally have his own house again? It might be. It really might.
Yeah, I agree with this. Completely. First of all, 35 is an anniversary year, so it's a great time to bring this character back. It's actually an amazing time too. I think. I think unfortunately in Welcome to Scary, there were a lot of precautions and things that, or even just maybe design choices on the room that made that room less than stellar. Um, all he did is pop out, say his name, and go back in his boo hole, and you're just like, "What the fuck? Okay, hello." And that little room, like, I wanted to see the full, house. Like, you're reminding me like how much I wanted to see that concept expanded. How it used to be, when it originally appeared. Um, and it didn't fulfill me scary. So if it came back and they did a full house on it, I would be ecstatic. The person who would be more ecstatic for this would be Alex, because I know this is his favorite character, his favorite Horror Nights character, HR Blood and Guts. And I actually found a spare mic, and when I was getting everything ready to move, and I'm like, ooh, maybe one time, if if this actually happens, I'll give him the mic and be like, all right, Alex, take it away and talk about how much he loves this property, because this is like his favorite thing ever, and I would absolutely adore this. So yeah, I'd say like 10 on the hype meter, honestly, for me.
Wow.
It's exciting.
So if they bring this back, because like obviously he presented the holidays, what's he going to present this time? The same thing, or
Well, I will say there was a rumor last year that he would return, but it would be more. Oh, Jonathan, what was it? It wasn't holidays.
TV, like different
TV.
TV?
genres of
Yeah.
TV.
So I
Interesting.
wonder if maybe that rumor had some weight and just didn't happen last year. Maybe happening now.
Okay. My brain went to his backstory of where he was an aspiring Broadway star,
Ooh.
Ooh.
like a
Okay.
prequel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
That
just,
could be
again,
cool.
if it's that, my ass, that's a 10 out of 10, obviously. But I love Blood and Guts. I love his whole thing. So, I mean, again, you're not asking, but this is probably like a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'd be pretty high on it. I mean, it will have been 15 years since a standalone house for him.
Jesus.
Um, I think he's a fun character that if they really lean into him and his personality, you can kind of make anything work. So yeah, I'd be excited just to see him return. He could be. He's a tougher task to pull off, though. You know, like is it lightning in a bottle to make this humorous character work at an HHN house? Maybe it might be. I guess there's a chance we'll find out, though.
I hope so. I don't want this to be another type of rumor that just appears on the first map and then disappears after that. Like, I really need this one to stick. Out of
Hmm.
all the original rumors, this is the one I'd be the most excited for, I think.
And again, anniversary year, it makes a ton of sense for him to return now more than last year or more than next year. So it just adds up. It feels like this might have some legitimacy to
You know what else seems like it might have some legitimacy
it.
to it?
Look at these transitions.
I,
Wow.
I know they both actually made sense. So tent 4, we're talking about the new tents back where Fallout and Galkin were. Um, this symbol was twin cigarettes and a lighter, and this is obviously referring to the rumor that we've talked about before on this podcast, and insiders have been talking about more and more and more throughout the throughout the past couple months, and that is Sinners. It is, look, the rumor is still here. It's still kicking, and I think a lot of people, now that we posted about it recently, are on the fence about how they feel about it. And I know some of us are kind of on the same wave. Like, you know, do we think it will be done well? Do we think there's a chance it doesn't hit? You know, there's a lot of different thoughts on this property coming to Halloween Horror Nights. Possibly, potentially, most likely. It's one of those rumors that also feels like a Hellraiser at this point.
Yeah, it's been around a while, and I say it every time. But if you would have talked to us last year about it, which we did talk about it, because it kind of was not a rumor, but people speculated, and we're like, no, nah, it's not going to happen. That doesn't make sense at all. So like, cool, love the movie, but no. And now suddenly it feels so inevitable, and it's almost weird, right? Like, because it just doesn't feel like a house they would try. It has it's very story driven. First of all, it's backed by tone and emotion. It's it won't be easy to execute. It will not. Like it's a very hit or miss house. Like this thing could flop very easily. Would I be excited? Yeah, of course. Very excited. But I'd be very cautious and very worried about how they pull it off.
9 out of 10.
Oh, there we go.
Um,
What if we take Michael B. Jordan out of it?
oh, why would you do that?
Just
That's
asking.
not. That's not. That's no.
Because on the live, you weren't excited about Sinners. You were excited about Michael B. Jordan on the screen.
To be no. That's not what I said. I was excited because you see me in real time realize that there will be two Michael B. Jordan scare actors in some slash most of these rooms, and that was
Double
not
scares.
something I had thought about. Oh, 10 out of 10, my friends. Without Michael B. Jordan. That's what I assume the Hollywood version will be.
It's all the antagonists.
It's just the Irish people.
Well, that's part of the alternative for them. So
I just deflated. Michael B. Jordan, 10 out of 10. If I have no words right now. Michael B. Jordan, Darkest Deal, put them together. I will be at tent 4. And then if tent 3 happens, oh, you know where Jess will be this year. I guess I'll talk about tent 3 then.
yeah. Go
I
ahead.
think that's actually perfect.
My segue is not as good as theirs. I forgot I was the last one to talk. I was really thinking about Michael B. Jordan, guys. So tent 3, it's 2 skeletons dancing, and one of them has blonde hair. You guys have probably seen this rumor at this point. Everybody's using it for clickbait. Lady Gaga. Dead dance.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I want it. I
Yeah.
do. I really want it. But I'm not buying it. I'm not. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I really want to, especially in like a post-weekend world.
Mhm.
You know, I believe in it. As a certified weekend hater, love the house. I think that this could work. And I know if you don't know Gaga or you only know like paparazzi Gaga, I beg of you to dive a little bit into even just Mayhem, the most recent album, which I assume this is what it would be. Very, very good. A lot of dark imagery. Gaga's been doing that forever. I think it would be great. I don't see it happening. I don't know. It's really hard to believe.
I will say, if they based it entirely on the Mayhem album or like mostly on her newest album, I would be, overall, I'd be excited either way, but I would be so on board because I really like her new album, like a lot. I listen to it a lot, sometimes on repeat, and I think so many songs and so many visuals in the music videos for that specific album would be perfect for a Horror Nights house. And it would almost be like it would have a lot of horror elements and be very scary, but also feel like a party at the same time. That mixture that I would really be interested in, how that would feel. Because Mayhem, like the whole point is that it's supposed to be like you're at a party and you're starting and then you hit the peak and then you start falling down from it. And that's a super cool way to sort of do a house. If they sort of follow the same idea, not like exactly that, but sort of like you have the slow burn and you hit a high and then you fall down somewhere like at the end. Like that would be really exciting to see how they pulled it off. But like you guys said, I'm not buying it exactly right now, mostly because I want it and because I want it. I don't have a lot of trust in it. It's not a Hellraiser yet where I want it and it's been in the rumor mill for a long time. So I'm gonna ease, have some caution right now and say I don't know how much I believe in it.
So our hype is all high if it comes, but yeah, we don't expect it.
Yeah.
So with that, let's move over to tent 2, where we have an alien wearing a cowboy hat. Uh, it kind of feels straightforward. Whether we fully believe this is what we're going to get or not is another thing, but cowboys versus aliens.
Or alien cowboys.
Ooh,
Or cowboy aliens.
yeah.
Invasion invades a western town. I don't know.
Hatchet and Chains 2.
No.
This
I
really
liked
just
it.
feels. I love Hatchet and Chains. This really just feels like one of those early originals on a spec map that's going to fully disappear.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, and
It
maybe
is
it'll
time.
tie in some way, some form, but it's not going to be this directly.
I feel like it is time for like an alien
Yeah,
house.
it would be
Mhm.
nice. It would be nice.
I'm not even that kind of a, girl. But I think, I mean, people yearn for an invasion house.
I mean, it needs one.
Yeah.
It definitely needs one.
Yeah. No, if it was just aliens, I'd be really, really, really excited. And if anything, if there's some piece of this rumor, the way these maps work that I think will end up sticking at least for a little while, I think it would be the alien part. Because like you guys said, we haven't had aliens at the event for a while. Something regarding invasion or something along those lines would work really well. Cowboys, on the other hand, we just had a Western last year. And took a while before Hatchet and Chains to get another Western again. So I don't think we'd have that house, and immediately they're like, all right, let's go back to that time period and those visuals and stuff like that. Even if there were aliens there, I don't know if that's worth it. So if there's anything regarding aliens that ends up happening with this original, I would be excited because I do like some aliens.
I mean, alien wearing a cowboy hat has Jonathan written all over it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that'd be perfect. And but they have to wear the just the skin tight green suit and just have to be running at you just like the Hollow Scream house 2
Oh.
years
Oh
ago.
no!
Oh, wow.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I
I bet the
bet.
hollow
Sure.
scream.
The alien went and it was so great. Because halfway through the house, like, there's no aliens here. What the hell? And then randomly, this alien pops up and starts
It
running at
said
us.
you called.
Like almost on their knees, just like running us with the skin tight like green, classic alien like Halloween costume going and it was the best thing ever. I loved it.
Yeah, sounds great, Jonathan. Uh-huh.
Wow.
It was
1 out of
almost
10.
as good as Graveyard. Almost as good.
Speaking of one, Sprung Tent 1.
Oh.
Hey.
There we go. The image that they have is makeup, accessories, and scissors. What does that mean?
Makeup accessories.
Tools? Do you want me to say makeup
It's
tools?
mascara.
Correct.
It's just makeup and scissors. That's all you have to say.
Okay.
Okay, makeup and scissors.
We both were wrong though.
Oh my god, I didn't read that, or else I would have fixed it. I'm sorry, I should have helped my guys out.
Oh no.
Makeup accessory. Oh, okay. What does it mean?
I'm letting you take this one now. You took over. Go ahead.
I'm telling, if this Alec, okay, I have no words again. We talked about Michael B. Jordan, and I lost everything that was in my brain. Remember what you said about how excited you'd be for Alex for Blood and Guts? I hope you reserve a little bit of that for me with Vanity Ball if this is what happens.
Yes.
Because, oh my god, my favorite zone of all time. I know a lot of people have been begging for a house. I don't believe that this is actually happening. I think this is just one of those early original rumors. But oh my god, it would be so good for an anniversary year too. The art deco of it all, and I think a tent would be such a good place for it because they could use the mirror tricks and get like the height on the buildings when we're outside, like pretending to be outside. But then we'd be up close and personal with like the surgeries and the suites and everything. Like, please, please, HHN. I know I said I wasn't going to ask for anything else, but I need this one to happen.
But I'm asking with you, so I guess it kind of counts.
Okay, good. Duff is asking.
I'm asking. I'm asking. I want it. I really do. But I'm also fully in line with you where I want it and also believe this is just one of those early spec map pieces that are going to fade away, sadly, and we're going to forget it was ever a rumored / speculated thing.
I won't. I'm gonna walk into
well.
tent 1 on August 20 whatever 8th. Look at you and go, hey, remember when this was supposed to be vanity? And then one single tear is gonna fall down from my eye. And then we're gonna walk inside and have a great fucking time, no matter what, even if it is Alien Cowboy. Please be vanity.
Yeah, I completely agree with you guys. If it happened, I would be ecstatic and very excited for it. But even Alex, when talking about, he usually he did what we basically wrote in that line here. He had what the location, what the symbol was, and what in terms of like what the rumors were sort of pointing towards with the symbol. And this one, he was almost like, I don't fucking know. Like, I guess Vanity Ball, because I don't recognize anything in the rumor mill that has been going around by insiders or whatever that has said anything regarding this. So this is, sometimes on the maps they have something that is completely thrown out of left field. This feels like one of those things, and maybe Horde and Nightmares learned something that no one else did or no one else talked about on various places with the insiders. But yeah, I don't buy this one just yet.
Yeah, but there's nothing else I can think of that would be makeup and scissors.
Yeah.
Besides like something completely brand new.
Horde members, like, the actors will have makeup, and that's what the symbol's for.
No, you know what it is? Face Off in the Flesh. Welcome back. There you go.
Oh no.
The show isn't even around anymore. Please give us vanity.
That wraps it up for Orlando, though. No scare zones currently. No shows. That's what we got. Yay.
Woo! This is a pretty decent map so far. I'd say if this was the lineup, it's not, because it never fully is. With these early maps, I wouldn't be too upset. I'd be pretty excited. But there's gonna be a lot of changes.
Especially the ones that we want to see but don't expect to see. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Great lineup. That's not what we're going to get. Oh, well.
Nope. Speaking of things they're not going to get.
Oh, no.
Hollywood. Hollywood.
Yeah. Moving over to HHN Hollywood speculation map. This one's going to be interesting because we're not going to really go over the ones that are repeated. Usually with both maps, Hollywood shares a lot of the stuff we do. We share a lot of the stuff that Hollywood does. So we'll sort of just glance over what locations Horde and Embers believes they're going to be in. But especially this early on, locations don't matter too much because it's so hard to know locations this early in the game. It's still only February. But let's begin with what Jess was referring to, things that might not happen. This is in the T-pad location. The symbol is the same one that was on the holiday spec map for HHN Hollywood, which is once again a Jack in the Box versus an elf, but this time the elf is wearing blue and red clothes, signifying that this rumor is not Jack versus Oddfellow, but it is Jack versus Hollywood Harry, and it would be an original house. We've talked about this before in the last episode on how we don't think this is likely, but it is on another speculation map. It did stay from the holiday map. Are we buying it now? Or are we still thinking it's probably not going to happen.
I will put money down that Jack is not in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think I would too.
You can't have him.
No. And to be completely honest, I don't think Hollywood Harry has a house either.
Mm.
I won't put money down, but I don't think he does.
There's too many clowns, if you think about it. Jack, Harry, killer clowns, possibly Terror
Another
Tram.
clown later.
Yeah,
Oops, all
like
clowns.
two Moss clowns, guys. Like, I don't know. I would say that Jack and Harry cut them first.
I will
Lady
say,
Gaga for Harley Quinn.
Oh.
Joker.
I would like to see a Hollywood Harry house. Honestly, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that part is correct. I don't think it's happening. I don't know why. That's just like a hunch more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. But Jack, no, not coming. No way.
I don't think
buy
so.
it. On the other spectrum, in Soundstage 15, I think we all think it's going to come. Stranger Things Season 5. Yeah. And that location does make sense, to be fair. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. Stranger Things is going to go anywhere. It's going to be in the same place it's been almost every single year. I think every single year it's always been in 15.
I believe so, yeah. Makes sense. It's normally their big IP.
Lots of queue space.
Lots of Q. Do we have to talk about it again?
No, absolutely not.
Thank you.
We think it's coming.
Absolutely.
We think it's coming. And that location makes a ton of sense for it. Done.
You know what location? I don't. I don't think this location makes too much sense for this property, and I had the butt in because I don't like it. Like I hope it's just an early guess, because for the mummy tent they have Hellraiser, the pin cushions that's what that's referring to. They have Hellraiser. I don't want Hellraiser in a mummy tent. I want Hellraiser in UBE.
UBE.
Or ube, that we say. I want it in something that has some height to it, because Hellraiser, you need, especially if you dive deep into the world, you need some height for it to really feel like you're there. This isn't a property you want to be super tight, and you want super claustrophobic spaces. Mummy tent isn't always like that, but it tends to work better when they go that route for that tent. Think about Last of Us. When Last of Us was in the mummy tent, it wasn't very good at all because it was claustrophobic and it didn't work for the property. I don't think Hellraiser would work in this space, or at least nearly as well as it would in a space that had some height. So, yeah, I would actually despise if it went to this location.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. I think, and every time we've talked about it on any platform, we've discussed it. Hellraiser is going to be scenically a bit difficult to pull off because it needs complete world building from an aesthetic perspective, and a mummy tent will not provide that whatsoever. So yeah, that's a big no for me. Does that mean it won't happen? No, absolutely not. Like you said, we've seen properties that do not belong in spaces like that end up in spaces like that. So could it happen? Yeah, for sure. But I would be very disappointed if it does.
And I defer to you two.
Oh, yep. Thanks. Look at that trust.
I have no thoughts to throw in that ring, obviously. So sad.
Well, shall we move over to the Jurassic Park tent and the most confusing Q merge ever? Like ever? Where that is currently the same rumor that we have in Orlando with the skeletons dancing of Lady Gaga.
Is this just the Jess tent? This is the 2 years it's been here, wow. First year WWE, and then potentially this year. I don't know if it would be, because I don't think they'd put this giant IP in this space, but potentially this year Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I mean, hey, thank you, John Murdy. You can give me the plaque whenever, I go out there. The Jets tent.
Can I point out it's the Jurassic Park tent? Jess?
Oh,
Yeah. Look at
The
that.
Chess tent? Jurassic Park?
Never thought you'd hear those in the same sentence, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So Lady Gaga.
Honestly, since we already talked about Lady Gaga and our thoughts on it, I do want to point out there is one other strong, I'll call it speculation from a lot of people on what this could mean. And a lot of people are saying Ghost, the band. And I think we've talked about this ad nauseum for years at this point. I guess it's more likely in Hollywood than Orlando, technically. So maybe just because we're Hollywood specific, slightly more possible. But no, the imagery they use, the religious undertone, it's not even undertone. So it is religious visuals.
Their entire aesthetic.
They kill a pope. Like, it's not coming to HHN. I'm sorry. Especially Orlando, but also probably not Hollywood.
Yeah. As good as it would be.
it'd be great. It'd be top tier, but it's not going to happen.
No.
Nope.
I wish. That merch would be great. So will the Gaga merch, if it ever happens.
I'll keep hoping.
It's not happening.
Well, let's move over to a very familiar location with a very familiar rumor. That is Parisian Courtyard, which is a skeleton woman, obviously rumored to be the Latin America original, because why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
I guess technically the rumor is not Monstrose specifically, because John Murdy said they ended that trilogy. If it's not Monstrose in name, it's Monstrose in everything else. And that's what we expect. That's probably what we're going to get. Yeah.
So excited.
How many out of 10?
Like a 3.
That's the number I was thinking.
Because there could be some, it depends, because there's a lot of things they could do, but I also will just say we'll just do the same thing. So
yeah, if they take it a different direction, I'd be actually very excited, because some of the standalones have been great. Of course, Monstrose has been a good house as well, but just doing the same thing over and over is kind of its biggest issue. So if they branch out, I will be excited. If it's just Monstrose again, no, I don't want it. Stop.
I want Murdy to do Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Because I don't like Chupacabra, but I really think he could. I think that's the last time that we've had an Animal House. Speaking an hour later on what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The animal was the main character. But yeah, we don't do that a lot. So I actually would really like to see Murdy's take on Chupacabra.
Do you want to see a bunch of static Chupacabras popping out like an inch and then popping back in the hole?
Jonathan, I hated the Orlando one. Hated it.
Yeah, you really got bad runs of that.
Well, I liked the bones of it. I thought that scenically it was amazing. Loved that. But I never had good runs. It was that was my house that year. I always have one every year. Everyone does, but that was unfortunately that one. So it ended very, very low on my list. I don't remember where, but did not like it.
I would be excited for it if they did that. If I didn't see, I forgot what the monster was called, but in Monstrose 2 is that second monster that was the wolf, and it was the worst, maybe one of the worst Hollywood things I've ever seen, and it lasted multiple rooms, or just this little static plush that would go, put his head out a little bit, go back in. It's wow, this is terrible, but at least it's just this. Oh no, it just keeps going. It's the same thing over and over and over again. Good job, Murdy. This is amazing. I love it. Thanks.
I must have blacked that out of my mind because I don't know what you're talking about.
It was the whole middle of the house of the Monstrose 2.
I believe you. I'm saying I must have blacked it out.
I believe,
and I understand because it was terrible.
That would be El Cadejo, by the way.
Yep. Yes.
Yep, that's him. That would be the one.
What a great section.
I love La Llorona.
Oh, baby. Hell yeah. All right, anyways, let's move on. Let's go to UBE,
Ube.
where Jonathan, not currently rumored to be Hellraiser as you and I would wish, but Evil Dead Burn.
Ube loves an Evil Dead franchise.
Really do.
That feels like it's the reason it's there, right? Like, that's why they currently have it pinned there, and maybe it's not actually going to be there at all, because, listen, we don't know. The movie's not out. We haven't seen it. Maybe it fits and needs that space, but, like, does it? Does it need UBE?
If anything, I think if this is a rumor that's going to happen, it would be the Jurassic Park tent. That feels like a, sort of, lower level property in terms of, like, just
Watch
the
your
general
mouth.
public. Listen.
That's the Just tent, Jonathan.
Oh, you're right.
How dare you?
Well, I'm saying Lady Gaga shouldn't be in there.
I'm talking about the Wyatts, motherfucker.
I know.
Watch your mouth.
In terms of, like, general public who aren't like us and know better, I think, that would be a property that would fit in that specific location, just based on queue space. I know the queue was so weird there too.
That makes sense that would be the Just tent with the weird queue.
With the weird queue. That if you wanted to, you could just cut the line if you.
Oh, confrontation involved? Absolutely, that's the Just tent. What are you talking about, guys? Low budget. When you called me trash, pretty much, Jonathan.
Oh God.
I'm
sorry.
I'm kidding.
What have you done?
How do we go from Ube to Jurassic Park? Oh, okay. Evil Dead Burn. I don't care. I don't think it's coming to the event. Do you guys think it's coming? Actually,
I'm not
Hollywood
confident
makes sense
at all, but I could see
Hollywood
it.
Does.
I can definitely see it.
Interesting.
All right, it's time to move on to something that's finally different and fun. And I haven't used fun and Terror Tram in the same sentence in a few years, so that's good. That's a positive start. The Terror Tram has trash bags. Boy, what could that be on a spec map?
Blumhouse.
Apparently the Jurassic Park tent.
Oh.
Terrifier, obviously. Of course. Come on. Art making his return. A place where he makes a ton of sense. If you want to bring him back to the event but not give him a house, he could head the Terror Tram. That's easy. Makes a ton of sense. Great way to interact with the character that's charismatic and honestly was more popular than the event itself last year. Why not? Absolutely do it. Bring some life to the Terror Tram, and I think from an IP perspective, this is about the best way you can possibly do it.
I'm still thinking about the reality of the situation. If it happens, they're all just going to be wearing those masks.
All right,
and I
was just trying to think about art, not Hollywood art specifically.
But you have to think about Hollywood art. Like you have to
take your Orlando goggles off.
Yeah, exactly. And if I'm thinking the Hollywood arts, all once again, terrific actors. I'm talking about specifically the mask choices and how they all have to wear them. These masks that look, I mean, at least from videos, I wasn't there, that look not very good and can't express at all. If all I saw on that tram was just those masks, even though the concept itself of Art the Clown of the Terror Tram is interesting, I don't know how much I'd be able to enjoy it with all those. But, who knows? Who knows what they do?
They would use those masks. That's what they do.
They're gonna use them.
Yeah. Nah.
It's Hollywood. And again, that's not talking on Murdy for some reason. That's the choice that they make. Whatever. I agree. I think that this is a great idea. The best idea they've had since Lawrence Larva.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Great idea.
I
Excited.
prefer an original, but
Hmm.
for an IP, this is about as good as it gets, I think.
It's just fun and a lot of fun FaceTime. And then I also think it takes away the problem of like, I don't know. I understand, obviously, we would rather have the house, but now people can just get their selfie with art. Just walk and take a picture with the scare actor as you go. It's not
Oh,
going to be the end of the world.
I didn't think about how many people are gonna stop in the walkway
Correct.
to get pictures.
They're going to be yelling at people to keep moving like they always do.
Hmm. To
It's
be
going to be
fair,
worse.
for the Terror Train, that's just kind of how it always is, so I'm not too
Hmm.
concerned. It'll just be
Mm.
like normal operation.
Yeah.
I know Hollywood
Oh
wasn't
well.
as bad with the art scare actors as Orlando was.
No,
Like,
no. You got to give Hollywood credit there. Is they were not being terrible human beings around art, at least to the extent that it was in
I was
Orlando.
gonna say, people on TikTok were telling me that there were issues, not to the same extent,
Oh
but
yeah,
they
it
still
happened,
were
of
not
course.
being respectful.
No.
We'll say that. I do think it will be funny to see how they put art in the War of the Worlds set. Are we gonna get like pilot art, shit like that, flight attendant art? Ooh, accessories. I love that.
hmm,
What if he's like pushing like a drink cart?
Oh my!
that'd be funny.
Please, flight
Just
attendant art. Let's go.
yeah, I think it'd be really fun.
I guess now's a good time to point out the rumor is that that set was going to go away, but seems that has been put on the back burner and might exist through this year. So we'll see.
I have to go back this year now. I don't know why. I just that makes me feel like I have to go now.
I must see the War of the World set one more
I must
time.
say goodbye to the
I
plane
mean,
one more
it's really
time.
cool. It is really cool to watch.
It's yeah, and how many music videos have been filmed there?
Yeah, it's true.
History.
Not My Sacrifice by Creed, like the flooded
No, oh,
Universal Studios,
oh no,
Florida.
we have that one up on them. No one can say that. Where was the all that intro filmed, huh?
Bang.
Mmm. Sharknado. Mm.
All right, we're moving on. H Lot North, Sinners. We're back to Sinners. I still want Sinners. I'm excited for Sinners. Just don't pull in us, Murdy, please. I know house quality wise, that house is well revered and thought of fondly, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm
Will
less
Murdy sing
excited.
all the songs or all the Irish songs? Will he sing them?
No, his kids will.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know.
maybe.
I'm less excited for this version. I don't need to explain why. You all
Yeah,
know.
it's an obvious reason. To be fair,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would assume he doesn't do it again. So we'll see. We'll see.
I hope not. Also, I just they're all going to be in masks regardless, most likely. Whereas over here, we're going to cast people that look the most like them that they can. So that's also that puts it up for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also were talking about how hard this property is going to be to execute and how they need to like have really really good sound design and really really good effects and ways to make it feel unique and not just a generic, vampire house. At the end of the day, that's going to be even harder for Hollywood to accomplish. I'd say almost impossible to not have it just be a generic vampire house over in that coast because they don't have nearly as sophisticated, I don't know, like techniques as we do in Orlando. Like that's not like a dig, it's just they don't. Like their locations aren't as, you can't block sound as easily and stuff like that, and something for Sinners that's really really important. So I don't know. This wouldn't be high on my hype list over on Hollywood's coast specifically, unless it's in a location that I believe they could do it. There are a couple places that I think they could do it, but in like a H lot tent, I don't know.
Mm,
I don't think so.
mm. All right, moving on. Purge Dangerous Waters is rumored to come back. That's it. That wraps up the map. Shocker. Who would have thought?
We did it. Woo!
Hey. I mean, listen, even still for Hollywood, if we get everything speculated currently, definitely not a bad event.
No.
We'll see what it actually turns out to be. On both coasts, to be fair. So, before we wrap it up, Jess, do we have a voicemail this week?
Of course we do. From our special co-host.
Hi again, horror fam. This is Spooky Bits calling in again, and I very well know that I'm probably leaving 2 voicemails in one episode, but this is actually about the speculation map that Horror Nights Nightmares just dropped on the 13th, I believe it was. And, I mean, it's mostly the same, but you got some, clear differences. There's one thing on this map, well, actually, other than Hellraiser, because that's one of my personal dream IPs at the event. There is another thing on here that I don't know if you guys, I guess I'll figure that out after the episode's posted, but Sprung Tent number 1. Now, I have always wanted to see this come back. It wasn't the most popular scare zone, but I've always wanted to see this come back as a house. And I think that the hints of the cosmetics just being on kind of like a table with the, it's pretty much cosmetics. I think that we might be seeing Vanity Ball come as a full-fledged haunted house. Obviously, could be wrong, could be overthinking things. This could be something else completely different, but I really hope that this sticks. Just wanted to put that out there.
Well, Spooky Bits, thank you for calling in once again. And of course, as we've already discussed, we all want this to be true as well. 100%.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm realizing I missed a voicemail. There were 2. But we'll put that one in the next one.
Yeah,
it's about something else. I'm so
Special
sorry
treat.
about that, Spooky Bits.
Special treat.
My bad.
All right, with that, I guess we will wrap it up for this week. Before we go, follow us on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at HHN365, or TikTok at HHN365pod. Join our Discord and chat HHN and other haunts 24/7. That link is in the description. Check out our merch shop at HHN365.com. And if you also want to ask us a question, leave a voicemail, talk shit to us, whatever it may be, that number is 407-906-4134. And until next week, we will see you in the streets.